Pride comes before the fall. I know many of you guys have heard that before, and I did. My father used to tell me that when I was growing up, because I was a hardhead. I was a knucklehead, a hardhead, and I'd always let my pride get in the way of either something that he was trying to teach me or something that I needed to know, or, I always thought that I knew everything. So my pride always came before my fall. And I finally understand what that means, because in the last, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, my pride's gotten in the way of a lot. and I know that I try and do everything I can for people and try and help people and all that other good stuff. But, I have a lot of pride and a lot of ego in the things that I do and try to accomplish. So there's many times in my life to where I lacked understanding of a situation due to the pride that I had. Yes, my pride has gotten in the way of several things that were probably great for me, but because of who I am and, my ego and all the other shit that I've been through, I refused the good because I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you. But my pride and my ego always gets in the way of my shit. Like, I have a really good friend of mine, great friend of mine. He's one of the most amazing human beings in the world. He's so smart. He's so intelligent. But he's got so much pride that he refuses to spend time with certain family members because of who they are. Like, not trying to understand their situation or what they did or what they've been through. And this happens to me all the time. I always think that, my life experiences are mine and that, people should understand me, but there's times where I do not give the same understanding in return. I've learned over the years to try and understand somebody else's point of view and try not to let my ego and pride get in the way, but I fail. I fail at it a lot. I try to be a good dude all the time. Try to understand somebody's point of view and where somebody's coming from. But I'm an energy person too. So if the energy ain't there, my pride's gonna get in the way real quick. So I was talking to someone today who was going through some things, and he, we have a similar upbringing, similar past, similar background. So we're a lot alike. He's a really good dude, but, he lacks understanding. And it's funny, because, like, somebody who lacks understanding as much as I do, trying to talk somebody into understanding it wasn't difficult, but after the conversation, I sat back like, damn, like, who the fuck am I to tell somebody else to be patient and be more understanding and to sit back and think about the consequences of his actions before he acts? Because there's several times in my life to where I didn't think, I just did. I reacted. I'm a reactionary. Like, I didn't think twice. Like, I don't think twice. Like, if it's there, it's there. It's on. So I learned a lot about myself today while I was helping somebody else understand themselves. And that's why I'm making this video, because the pride does come before the fall. And I don't know what's going to fall or what's going to fall apart, or, it might not, shit might be great, but, you never know, right? Like, I've done a lot of dumb shit recently, and I've said a lot of bad things recently that you can't take back. Once it's said, it's said. And once it's posted on the internet, it's posted on the internet. Like, you can delete it, but once people see it, they see it. I made a lot of mistakes in my life. Now, granted, I'm not like no healthcare professional. I don't study these things. All the things that I talk about is just my life experiences. And if you go through similar things with me and you're a hardhead, knucklehead like me, and you're very prideful and your ego gets in the way of your shit, I mean, you might feel this and you might be like, man, that motherfucker right. So, I mean, like I said yesterday in my video, I do these videos for me to get things off my chest to make me feel better. But in the end, if it makes somebody else feel better or somebody else see something in themselves that they didn't see before, I'm all for it. Like, I'm good with that. Like, that makes me feel good that people reach out to me and say, man, you know, that video that you made on depression and postpartum depression, that meant something to me because I didn't understand what my wife was going through. I didn't understand what my girlfriend was going through. I didn't understand. So if this video helps you find understanding and find your truth, then I'm winning. If it doesn't, then it's just a video. But pride comes before the fall, man. And I'm working on myself daily. Like, I am a daily progression. I don't ever want to try and regress. I don't ever want to try and go back. I'm just trying to progress. And these videos help me progress. And the people who reach out to me once they see a video that means something to them and it helps them, that helps me, and that makes me feel good. And that inspires me to keep doing this and keep sharing my life experiences, share my dumb shit, share my ups, my downs, my highs, my lows, my lefts, my rights. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I do this for. But I'm not a professional. Like, I never claim to be like, you will never hear me say, I read a study to where, no. Or this one time in class, no. It's not going to be me. Like, I just talk. Like, one person asked me once, hold on a second. This one person asked me once, why are my videos raw and not edited? And, you know, I take too many breaths. I say, too much. And I do this, that, and the other thing. Because I want this shit to be raw. Like, I want you to feel me and feel it. This is raw shit. This is raw emotion. Like, I'm not here to sugarcoat, candy paint, nothing. Like, if you want real shit, I'm that dude. I'm the one that's gonna be real. I'm the one that's gonna be sitting out on his porch, fucking 40 degrees with shorts on and a hoodie, you know, pure Michigan, and talk about how dumb I am because of my pride and my ego, and how I let it get in the way and ruin a lot of good things that have come into my life. There was a point in time where I didn't speak to my best friend for like 5 years. I saw his son when he was like, I don't know, 7 or 8. And when I finally came around again, he was like 6'1". And he was like a stud football player at his school in the 8th grade. And I had no clue. Now, I don't blame him for that. I was going through a lot of shit, and I was on the road, and I was dealing with some stuff, and I don't blame him at all for what happened and why I wasn't present and why he wasn't present in my life. But, you know, we made amends, and now we kick it all the time. I mean, with this COVID, we don't kick it, but I mean, he's back to being one of my best friends. And I fucked that up. I can admit it when I'm wrong. Like, I can admit when I make mistakes, and that was a mistake. He was my best friend. He was the best man in my first wedding. He was everything to me. I looked up to him. And when I was fucking up, I felt like I didn't deserve to be around him. And granted, he didn't reach out to help either, but I mean, I wouldn't have either. You gotta let people deal with some shit on their own sometimes. And that's what he did. So my pride got in the way of that. My ego got in the way of that. You see where I'm coming from? Like, I miss years of special people's lives because of my own shit. Don't let it happen to you, man. It's your boy, Brian Ash, a.k.a. the Handsome Fister. Pride comes before the fall.